The Missouri Valley Football Conference is known for its hostile environments. The home field advantages are legendary. Whether it's here in the Fargo Dome in North Dakota State, the Alera Center up in Grand Forks for UND, the Dakota Dome for South Dakota, or even Dykehouse Stadium in Brookings for the defending national champion South Dakota State Jackrabbits. But one of the most notorious is where the Bison head this weekend. They'll be making the trip to the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa. The Northern Iowa Panthers have one of the more difficult arenas for visiting teams. Since the beginning of the 2019 season, they've only lost 8 games in Cedar Falls. And it's not just in the stands either with the rabid crowd. It's one of the few stadiums that you'll see that still uses AstroTurf. The Bison now head there for the first time since the 2020 season. North Dakota State has had issues in these kind of hostile environments this year, with notable losses in Brookings and in Grand Forks so far. Now, as they get ready to play for a possible playoff seed this weekend, head coach Matt Entz talked to us about the challenges the Unidome can present.
They play really well in the Unidome. A little different turf than what we have here. So we've got to get there plenty of time to make sure our guys, we're encouraging them what shoes to wear. It can get loud, and so we need to be prepared for all those things. I got a ton of respect for Coach Farley and how he coaches and the product he puts on the field, and I know that he'll have his kids ready to go, especially after, last week.
Now, I did mention a bit ago that the Bison are playing for a possible playoff seed this week. After their win over Southern Illinois and Northern Iowa's loss to Missouri State, the Bison could grab the 8th seed and a first-round bye with a win here on Saturday. It all comes down to the regular season finale. And speaking of high-stakes games, the North Dakota Fighting Hawks have their backs against the wall this weekend. Hawks fell to 6-4 overall with their tight loss to South Dakota and 4-3 in conference play. That also moved their record on the road to 1-4 this season. With that, the stakes for their home finale against Illinois State have been raised even higher. A loss would likely bring an end to their season, meaning they now have to win to try to get a playoff spot. Head coach Bubba Schweigert talked about the regular season finale.
For us, it's a playoff game. We know we got to win the football game, and this will be a very good opponent coming in. They're averaging 34 points a game. They create a lot of challenges, so for us, we're excited about the opportunity to play a meaningful game here in November, be at home, but we know we got to have a great week of preparation.
UND not only has a chance to secure a playoff berth this weekend, but they would also secure an undefeated home record with a win here. Kickoff is set for 1 up in Grand Forks. A lot of talk about home field advantages today.
Well, UNT has been really a Jekyll and Hyde team, home and on road this season.
It's polar opposite. I think they have 1 win on the road this year and then undefeated at home.
Including the win over NDSU.
Right, exactly, which doesn't come very often.
Doesn't come. Hey, weather like we've seen lately doesn't come very often in mid-November. It's been pretty mild outside. Summer's back in and tell us how long that'll stick around in weather next.